So, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will explain the reason behind this, like what causes the power to go off whenever it is about to rain. So, this is most of the people have doubt. This is one question, this is one doubt, and this is other doubt people are having, that why there are 2 to 3 times power cut after the rain. If you observe, there are some fluctuation, in the power whenever after then they give the power. So I will explain both the reasons, that is this 2 to 3 times power cut, as well as the causes of power cut before the end. Okay, so I will explain all the reasons by just simply taking example, and also technically I will tell you what is the reason. Okay, so I will explain all the things. I will explain all the things. Technically, I will explain the reason why it is happening. Okay. So, like most of the people say that since water content H2O, which is a good conductor of electricity, that's why we used to tell that power gets off. That is not the primary reason. That is just a secondary reason. No. So technically, why we used to do this, so I will explain that, and then also this reason I will explain both of this reason collectively and technically, so that you people are able to understand it easy way. So I will simply take an example. I will come to my main topic. I will before that I want to simply explain that what how how normal people can relate, that how normal people can relate the reason for this. Okay, so that is what I am going to explain. Like, suppose this is just a simple example to demonstrate, so that normal thinking people also can understand the exact reason. Okay, suppose in your home you have you have parents, and your parents told to you that can you please check whether there is any short circuit problem or not. Short circuit problem means, in some of the cases, like in electrical appliances, if you see, you have fridge are there, cooler are there, and all the other electrical appliances, washing machine, all this. In some cases there are some current, you will feel some current from these appliances. So what you will do, if your parents tell you, please can you check that it is creating some problem, or is there any short circuit problem, that it is creating a current problem. Okay, so what you will do, uh, you will not do tester, you will simply check it. You will simply check it with your hand. Okay, so if you properly observe, you generally follow these three steps to check whether whether there is any short circuit in the cooler or not. Okay, so what you will do, you will first, step one, what you will do, what this guy will do, what you will do, he will touch the cooler for 2 seconds. He will simply touch the cooler for 2 seconds, and then suddenly remove his hand. Then again he touch it. So in the first step, he is not able to completely get the thing, that whether it is producing, whether it is any short circuit or not. In the second step, again he will touch, and he will touch it for 6 seconds. So in this step, he can conclude that there is some short circuit problem or not. Okay, and similarly, if almost 50 to 60% he is very clear that is it a problem or not. And in step 3, he will increase the time and touch it for 10 seconds. He will touch the cooler for 10 seconds, and came to a conclusion, exact conclusion, that whether it is there any short circuit problem or not. So what he has done, he has done this thing in a 3 steps. Okay, so in the first step, he does not draw any conclusion. No conclusion can be drawn in the first step. Okay, in second time, whenever he touch it for a longer duration, and in that duration he concluded, whenever, if there is no current, then he can simply say there is no current. But if he feels something wrong about it, then he will simply go for a step 3 and check it, that there is a problem or not. So he generally follow these 3 steps. So this is our, normally this is what happened in our house. So in the same way, this is actually the concept. This is actually the basic concept, which on the basis of this only, I am going to explain the technical reason for these two questions. Whatever three, yeah, power cut, and then again this is power up about the range. So I hope you got this point. So this is what we usually do in our house. So the reason which I am going to explain is, so this is our And this is our power system basically. Suppose there is any lightning and all these are occurring, rain and all these are occurring, okay. So if you see, this is our transmission system, okay, this is our transmission system, transmission lines, and then this is our home, this is our house or home, okay. And this is the in the transmission line, and between these two we have a circuit. Actually we have a different types of equipments, like transformer and all these things. So that I am not shown, just for simplicity purpose I have just shown a circuit breaker, okay. Circuit breaker simply I have shown, okay. So whenever it start raining, then chances are there, like high wind will flow, okay. So that will affect your transmission line, okay. Like you can see, this is our transmission system, this is our home. So whenever a large wind storm is start coming, then it affects our this transmission line get affected, okay. So on the basis of that we have different types of fault. Like if you see, there are different types of fault on the transmission line. Why this is occurring? This is occurring because if you see, we have different types of wire. So because of strong wind, this wire can be fallen on the road, can be basically we have three types of fault which normally occur in a transmission line. One is transient fault. Transient fault means what? Means we have three wires, okay. Generally we have two wires or three wires. So because of that high wind, heavy wind, these two wires get touched with each other. When it get touched with each other, then this is type of a transient fault, okay. This is what is called a line to line fault, okay. So I hope it is clear. So these are three wires, whenever it get touched, that is called a transient fault. So this, then circuit breaker will turn off, okay. So it will simply disconnect this transmission system from our home, so that there will be no power, okay. So this is the one of the reason. So this is basically the type of fault I am telling you. Then there is semi-permanent fault. Semi-permanent fault means what? It is basically like it takes some time to remove this fault. So like something, we have some conductor, is something is fallen on this conductor, then chances are there that like these two wires will get attached with each other. So this is like a semi-permanent fault. Other fault is permanent fault. Permanent fault is what? Double line to ground fault or single line to ground fault. Like this is like a permanent fault. So in this type of fault, the person who is sitting in the substation need to come here and see, he have to think, he have to make things by manually, okay. So this type of condition we usually see in our transmission system, whenever there are high wind and like high wind or rain occurs, okay. So the logic which I am going to explain is, so the reason, so this is the reason for first question, for your first question. So why, what causes power to go off? So this is the reason, because we have different types of fault, because we have different types of fault. This type of faults will occur, so this causes a dangerous to a human being, okay. Not to human being, also all the living being. So that's why we generally cut the power, so that this such type of fault do not occur, okay. Suppose during rainy condition, due to heavy wind, this wire get disconnected and fallen on the road. So in this, current is flowing. If they are not going to take serious about it, then current will flow, okay. So that current can cause danger. So therefore, we generally turn off, we generally cut the power in our rainy season. So this is the reason. So now, what is the second reason? The second doubt what people are having, that why there are 2 to 3 times power cut after the rain. Okay. So for that I will explaining. I will just simply take this example. For that I will simply take this example, like for testing the current, for testing the short circuit on the cooler, what this guy was doing, he was following 3 steps, okay. He was following these 3 steps. So this is what in our power system also we people do. What we'll do is, this is a circuit breaker. The working of circuit breaker I have explained in my next video. So in this circuit breaker, what actually happening is, whenever things are normal, it remain closed, okay. But whenever any types of fault, like any types of fault is coming, like this type of fault is coming, then it get automatically open, Okay, so now in actual practice, what we do is, in actual, this is the circuit breaker which I was talking about. How it work? It will simply work that whenever things are normal, it will be remain closed. Okay, but whenever any type of fault will come, so it will get open. Okay, so the reason for this 2 to 3 times power off is that reason is that we have to check that what type of fault that our transmission system have. That is, suppose it have transient fault, then transient fault can be recovered within few seconds. Okay, this semi permanent will take some time to clear. Then we have a permanent fault. This permanent fault need manual, it needs manually, we need to correct it. Okay, so we need to know that which type of fault is this. Therefore what we do is, therefore we have like the way we have done, the way we have followed here, that we are testing in 3 steps. In the same way we are testing here, like this is our circuit, this is the operating sequence or auto closing of circuit breaker. What is that? I will explain. Like this is operating sequence, that is we have a circuit breaker. So this is the sequence we follow. What is the sequence is, this is simply open, then close for this time, then close, followed by open, then again open for third time, then again close. That is what we are doing. Okay, this, suppose this is our transmission system and this is our circuit breaker. So what we do, you imagine that rain has came and our power has gone off. So now what we'll do, in first step they will give power for 0.3 seconds. Then this circuit breaker, like that boy was doing, the circuit breaker simply the playing the role of that boy. So circuit breaker will tell you that which type of fault the transmission system is having. So in the initial set, it does not able to get any, because the time is very less, so it does not able to extract that much information. Okay, then in another for next time, what we'll do after 3 minutes or some time, we again do it for some almost 1 second. Okay, so this type of interval, then it will tell you that whether your transmission line is having any fault or not. Okay, so it will tell you, like, if there is some fault, then which type of fault was that, whether it is it a transient fault, semi permanent fault, or permanent double, like ground to ground fault. Okay, so in first step it does not able to draw any information. In second step it will tell you, which type of fault, it will try to tell you that is there any fault or not. So in second step, what he will do, he will simply tell you that there is any fault or not. And in third step, what he will do, he will simply tell you that which type of fault out of these three things, which type of fault is there. Okay, so the person who is sitting in this substation, he don't know in this substation. Okay, this is like a powerhouse. So what he don't know that, he don't know which, like, we have a different types of houses are there. Like, whenever there are substations, different houses are connected with each other. Okay, so he don't know that which location I have which type of fault. Like, there are different houses are there. So he has not any idea. Like, this person is sitting here and he don't have any idea that which type of fault has been occurred on which direction. So that work is done by a circuit breaker. Okay, that work is done by a circuit breaker. But by closing and opening it, he will tell you that in which direction you have this type of fault. So accordingly you can take the action. So this is the reason why we have a 2 to 3 times power cut. What is the reason? That in this period, basically we are testing that whether any fault has been occurred in transmission line or not. If the fault has occurred, then it is which type of fault, whether it is transient fault, semi-permanent fault, or permanent fault. Okay. So in the third step, that circuit breaker gives you the clear information that whether is it a permanent fault or not. Okay. So accordingly, the substation people can take the action, that what we have to do. If there is a permanent fault, then they are not going to send power to that region. They will manually come and correct the fault. But out of these, if it is transient fault or a semi permanent fault, in these cases, they will give the power. Okay, okay, so this is what it happens. So this is what the reason behind this. What is the reason? I wish I have explained, because it's just a testing period, and testing period, so they are testing, that's where they are cutting the power. And what is the reason that we get uh, power off when it is about to rain? Because during rainy season there are possibility that wind and all these are flowing. So because of this wind, our transmission, like, we may have such type of condition, like, that one of the wire fallen on the road, and this type of thing. So to take the precaution before any accident, what power system people will do, they will simply turn off the power. Okay, so I hope this is the actually technical reason for these things. So I hope it is very clear. So if you don't know about circuit breaker, that how it function, how it is giving the signal, how it get tripped, so I have explained that in my next video. You can watch that. Okay. So I hope I have explained the reason behind this. So this is the sequence, the time sequence of operating the circuit breaker, that is closing and opening the off circuit breaker. So it explained in this manner we followed, like, we closed it for some time, then we open, then again we close it. So this is the sequence what we follow. Okay, so I hope I have clearly defined the reason. So these are the references which I have taken for my, all the images which I have taken. So this is the reference which I have taken. I hope it is very clear to all. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you need any more explanation about any electrical related topic, you can write it in my comment box. Okay, so I hope, if you do not I hope you have got the correct reason behind these two questions. Okay, so thank you for this. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.